Deep in the heart of the jungle lived a kind lion named Leo. He was big and strong, with a warm smile and a gentle heart. His best friend was Max, a tiny but brave mouse. Max was quick and clever, always full of energy. Leo and Max were the best of friends. They spent their days playing hide and seek amongst the tall trees. They loved sharing stories under the warm sun. Their friendship was special, built on trust and laughter.
One day, while playing by the river, they heard something new. A flock of noisy parrots were chirping excitedly. They were talking about a game called football.
Curiosity sparked in Leo and Max's eyes. They'd never heard of football before. The parrots described a game with a ball, a big field, and lots of cheering. It sounded exciting. The parrots told them about a special football match happening in the city. It was a match between two famous teams, a clash of champions. Leo and Max listened with wide eyes.
A match in the city. We have to see this.
It sounds amazing, Max. A game with so much cheering and excitement, we can't miss it.
Excitedly, they started planning their trip to the city. Max gathered berries and fruits for their journey. Leo filled their water bottles from the fresh jungle stream. They were determined to see this football match. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the jungle, Leo and Max set off on their adventure. They couldn't wait to experience the thrill of football in the bustling city. The journey to the city was long and exciting. Leo and Max walked through fields of tall grass, their paws leaving tiny trails. They crossed gurgling streams, their reflections dancing on the water. They met friendly monkeys, swinging through the trees. The monkeys, hearing about their adventure, gifted them juicy mangoes for their journey. Leo and Max thanked them, their hearts filled with joy.
Leo, look, we're almost there.
As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, they saw it. The city lights twinkled in the distance like a million fireflies. Leo smiled, his heart pounding with anticipation. The city lights promised an unforgettable adventure. The city was a whirlwind of noise and lights. Cars zoomed past, their horns beeping. People rushed by, chattering excitedly. Leo and Max, overwhelmed but excited, followed the sound of cheering. They reached a massive structure, glowing like a beacon. It was the football stadium, buzzing with energy. People dressed in colorful jerseys were streaming in. Max whispered, his eyes wide with wonder. He had never seen anything like it. Leo, equally amazed, gently guided Max through the crowd. Finally, they entered the stadium. A gasp escaped their lips. The field was a perfect green rectangle, bathed in bright light. Thousands of people filled the stands, a sea of cheering, singing, and laughter. The atmosphere was electric. S2. Wow. The roar of the crowd intensified as the players entered the field. The air crackled with anticipation. Leo and Max, perched on a ledge, watched with bated breath.
The whistle blows and the game begins.
The players sprinted across the field, their movements swift and powerful. The ball flew through the air, a blur of white against the green grass. Leo and Max were mesmerized. Shouted Max, barely audible above the crowd's roar. Leo, caught up in the excitement, nodded in agreement. S2, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Each pass, each tackle, each near miss brought a wave of gasps and cheers from the crowd. Leo and Max found themselves cheering too, their hearts pounding with the rhythm of the game. Football, they realized, was more than just a game. It was pure excitement. As the first half ended, a hush fell over the crowd. It was time for the halftime show. Music filled the air and the stadium lights danced in a kaleidoscope of colors. Leo and Max watched, captivated.
Wow, look at that.
Dancers in vibrant costumes twirled across the field, their movements perfectly synchronized. Acrobats soared through the air, performing daring flips and somersaults. Each act was more dazzling than the last. Squealed Max, pointing at a group of performers juggling glowing balls. Leo chuckled, enjoying Max's enthusiasm. S2, look, Leo, look. The halftime show was a feast for the eyes, a burst of color and music that added to the magic of the game. The energy in the stadium was contagious. Leo and Max, caught up in the excitement, knew they were witnessing something truly special. S1, this is fantastic. The second half began, and the excitement reached fever pitch. The players, energized, played with renewed vigor. Every move was a display of skill and teamwork. Leo and Max, on the edge of their seats, cheered for every pass, every tackle. The crowd roared as one, their voices echoing through the stadium.
Look, Leo, they're going for it.
Roared the crowd, jumping to their feet. Leo and Max, overcome with excitement, hugged each other, jumping up and down. The energy in the stadium was electric, a wave of pure joy washing over everyone. S3, goal, narrator, suddenly it happened. A player weaved through the opponents, his foot connecting with the ball in a perfect arc. The ball sailed through the air and landed in the back of the net. The final whistle blew, signaling the end of the match. The team had won. The stadium erupted in celebration. People hugged, danced, and sang, their faces glowing with happiness.
Max, can you believe it? We won.
Leo and Max, caught up in the euphoria, joined the celebration. They danced with strangers, their hearts overflowing with joy. This, they realized, was the magic of football, the shared joy of victory. S2, it's incredible, Leo. This is the best day ever.
Look at everyone, Max. This is amazing.
As the crowd slowly began to disperse, Leo and Max took the opportunity to explore the stadium. They marveled at the giant screens, the perfectly manicured field, and the echoing corridors. The stadium, now empty, felt peaceful, yet still thrummed with the energy of the game. It was a memory they knew they would cherish forever. S2, yeah, Leo, I've never felt anything like this before. As the sun began to rise, painting the city sky in hues of pink and gold, Leo and Max began their journey back to the jungle. They walked side by side, their hearts brimming with joy and their heads filled with memories of the unforgettable match.
Max, that game was something else.
I know, Leo, I can't stop thinking about it.
The journey back seemed shorter, their steps lighter. They couldn't stop talking about the game, reliving every exciting moment. They laughed as they remembered the roar of the crowd, the thrill of each goal, and the joy of the victory celebration.
Remember the crowd's roar when the final goal was scored?
Oh, how could I forget? It was deafening.
As they reached the familiar entrance of their jungle home, they paused, turning back to take one last look at the city in the distance, whispered Max, a determined glint in his eye. Leo smiled, nodding in agreement. They had discovered a new passion, a love for the beautiful game that had brought them immense joy. They couldn't wait to share their experience with their jungle friends. S2 will be back. Back in the familiar comfort of the jungle, Leo and Max couldn't wait to share their adventure. They gathered their friends, the monkeys, the parrots, the elephants, and even the shy deer. With infectious enthusiasm, they described the football match, their words painting vivid pictures of the roaring crowd, the skillful players, and the electrifying atmosphere.
You should have seen it. The crowd was roaring like a thunderstorm.
And the players, they were so skillful it was like magic.
The jungle animals listened, captivated. The monkeys scratched their heads, imagining the thrill of the game. The parrots mimicked the cheering crowds, their calls echoing through the trees. Leo and Max's adventure had sparked something new in the jungle, a curiosity, an excitement for this game called football. The jungle, it seemed, was ready to embrace the beautiful game. And so began a new chapter in the lives of Leo and Max. They became the jungle's very own football enthusiasts, sharing their love for the game with everyone. They used vines to create goalposts. Large ripe fruits became their footballs. Soon the jungle echoed with the joyous sounds of their makeshift football matches.
Max, pass the ball.
Here it comes, Leo.
Leo, with his strength, was a natural defender. Max, quick and agile, darted through his opponents, the ball a blur at his feet. Every evening as the sun set, the jungle transformed into their very own football field. Their adventures had taught them that friendship and teamwork make even the impossible possible. And as they played under the jungle sky, laughter echoing through the trees, they knew that their love for the beautiful game, just like their friendship, would last forever.